I know how hard it is in London to have black authors. Black authors unite like this. And especially inviting people, our community, to come down and listen to what is written down and the motivation that's going to go take us to a next level. So I just want to give a round of applause to Chris. Really, this is a big achievement. Especially to see all the beautiful people here, melanated people. All right, my profession, I'm a psychologist by profession. I'm also a founder for Think Tank 720, which is my friend who just came off, is a committee member, Nana. As he was explaining to you, I'm not going to go into details about the intricacy of funding, supporting the community grassroots organizations, but we are getting there, and we're not going to give up, first and foremost. So I want to talk about my journey in writing and my experience of writing as an author. I wrote a book called Challenges of Identity, a Psychological Perspective. This is a 2-in-1 book. It was a self-help book, and it's also an academic book. I realized that when I finished studying at uni, I realized that basically I faced challenges with my identity as I was growing up. As everyone just said, in the gang, this and that, on the street, pages, no social media. But having said that, being an ethnic minority myself, it is hard in London, especially an African woman like me, to assimilate to a new culture, which is British culture. I came in this country when I was 5, and now I'm in my late 30s. I won't say. So it was hard for me to sort of assimilate in my young adult life. But as I went on and accomplished certain things and experiences, I got to find my own identity, of which I find a lot of people, a lot of young black men suffer with that. And also it's cultural, systematic, socially inclusion, which is an illusion. I won't go into that. But for me, writing this Challenges of Identity, the book, it made me see a different perspective of the cognitive dissonance that, I don't know if everyone understands what I mean by cognitive dissonance.
Yes, we do.
Right? The cognitive dissonance that us ethnic minorities go through, the black people, right? And I've realized that a lot of us have been seasoned into just being backwatchers. You sit back and watch and just say a yes man, basically. And so I said to myself, I'm not going to be one of that. I'm going to think outside the box. So when you think outside the box, you begin to find thyself. Because the system has lied to you.
Yes.
Because no one here has a label. In fact, identity is fluid. You are labelless. You can be anything you want. You've got many visions and passions. You understand? So me being my profession as a psychologist, but I've got many passions. I'm also an author. I'm also a Mackenzie friend at law. I represent people in court. And so I looked at it and I said, actually, the world is my oyster. So I tapped into what other millionaires, billionaires, the skills that they had. People like Oprah Winfrey, Stedman. I started reading about her partner, Oprah Winfrey's partner. She says that it's only the 1% that think outside the box. Many of them are not educated institutionally, but what they do differently is that they do what they love.
Yes.
So when you begin to love thyself and know your identity, the world is really your oyster.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it. That's
so
it.
when you do write things down, the thing that the European people get us from is that the documentation, they hide it in the book.
That's it.
Right? If you want to be an actor and you want to be a writer, someone has to write that script.
That's
Yes.
it.
If you want to be a comedian or a movie, someone has to write that script.
That's
the
it.
person that gets the most money is the one that writes the book.
That's it. That's
The
it.
documentation.
That's
And
it.
so we then take it backwards. We go back to the institution that teach us to let them teach us what someone else has written. You understand what I mean? Do you get the logic? And so I went to uni, but someone else wrote that academic book. So I looked at it and I said, you know what? I'm going to take what I learned, I'm going to write it down in a book, and then I'm going to sell it. So right now, my book is also selling in institutions like universities. People, students are making So I just want to encourage all of you here, as individuals, you have a story to write. You document it. But doesn't matter what perspective you come from, it's the experience that we leave. Because many visions are left in the graveside. So I come to find myself and identify myself that, you know what, I need to take it back into the universe and give it to my own culture.
That's
Thank
it.
you very much.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Yes, Queen of Uganda.